Welcome, welcome back.
أهلا وسهلا.
This is Moose's World, and this is the first ever podcast on our channel, Baba. And you're the first ever person I'm gonna have on this channel. So first off, I want to say that I'm excited that it's you,
Thank you.
because in my life I've never met someone as open-minded and as almost eye-opening as you, and I thank you for it.
Thank you.
All right. So, I think I'm just gonna go right into it. I want to talk to you about, I think, the biggest thing as a father, raising children. Okay. Ka'ed, is it easier, do you think, to raise boys or girls? Let's just start off there.
It's not different if you want to raise boys or girls. It doesn't matter. The most important thing, how you feel. The feeling of all parents, it's I can say it's same because the culture and the method to use it, or skills, or the ways to deal with the kids, it's different between parents. Because I know if we have a different people, that means we have different methods.
Okay.
In my opinion, if I can go with the two ways to explain that. The first way by emotion, and the second way by mind.
Okay. So, real quick, you said emotion.
Emotion and mind.
Emotion being based on how you love
Yeah.
the kid. Okay, I have a question, really quick. Do you believe in the stern hand policy where the parent has to always be enforcetive? يعني لازم يضرب طفله، لازم يحطه مكانه. Like those kind of things, do you think is necessary in raising a child?
I'm against that.
You think you're against it?
Against that too.
Why?
Because it's not doesn't solve anything.
Okay.
Especially with the first age. You know, with the 5 years or 3 years, 6 years either. The kids, it's no way to forget that.
Okay. Do you say this لأنه أنت يعني do you say this because you've experienced something like this? Did you grow أنت كبرت يعني بهيجي منطقة فتعرفها أحسن؟ يعني if you translate it, did you grow up in a environment or a place where you were raised like that? So why is this why you don't believe in the stern hand?
أنا أعتقد حتى أكون واضح باللغة العربية.
Okay.
أعتقد إنه التربية علم. It means science, you know. هذا العلم أكيد حيختلف بين شخص وشخص. تعتمد على ثقافته، على مقدراته، على قدراته، على الأساليب اللي يقدر يستخدمها في تربية الأولاد.
Okay.
شيء غير سهل إطلاقا. لأنه إحنا لما نربي الأولاد أكيد في زمن إحنا ما ننتمي.
As you were saying, so you were saying that you believe in time. So يعني in the time of the child, so whatever era they were born in, you should grow up with the era instead of enforcing rules from back then. Continue.
فلذلك لما تحاول تربي أولاد لزمن أصلا إحنا غير منتمين إليه، مثل ما قلت، وحنكون أكيد بعد فترة من العمر أصلا موجودين في هذه الحياة. فكيف إنه أنت حتربي ابنك في زمن أقدم من زمن المستقبل؟
Yeah.
That's mean I can explain that in English.
Yeah, go
We
ahead.
can raise the kids from the future, not for our past, because the past, it's the basic from the futures. It's no way to build always the next steps from the boys or girls or the another kids to go forward the future. I mean, the basics of the past, it's most important. But these basics could be changed. Even the basics, if you want to use it to raise the kids
أني
has problems, always has problems. It's because the time has changed. People always has developed. This situation, it's make the life harder because it's not easy for anyone to say I can't do it. It's very hard.
Mhm.
If someone he believes that he maybe he's saying that I'm sure what I'm doing. I'm sure my kids they doing uh, the things they have to do what like I want it. يعني مثل ما أنا أريدها مستحيل. يعني مستحيل الأب يتوقع إنه حتكون سلوكيات الأولاد مثل سلوكياته.
المهم so going back to what you're saying أنت قلت حاجة عن using the past as a basis for the future. That's actually beautiful. يعني من كل from everything that you said, I think that was one of the strongest things. Dig deeper into it. Basis of the future. So to clarify everything that he was saying that in essence we shouldn't be raising our children based off our past, but we should use the past as the basis of our future. Feel me? And I agree with that. Learn from the past. يعني تعلم من الماضي واشتغلها so you like use.
I told you that it's two way to deal with the kids, by heart and by mind.
Okay.
If you separate between them, maybe you can find a big gap in this case. But if you want to be smart, you have to be use this both. It's what kind of it's متناقضات or شيء متناقضات يعني it's different things. The mind working in this side and the heart on the other side.
Okay.
It's mean تناقض.
Fine.
فصعب جدا. It's very difficult to hold two different things to use it in one goal. It's very hard because your heart
wants something
telling
else.
you something and your mind telling another things.
Okay.
But the smart man, he should be used both to control his family, not the control like the force. No, to control them in future or to show them the future by the way it could be. I believe it's working for my opinion because in here in this case all what I said before it's depend with the experience.
Mm-hmm.
If someone he has no experience to guide his family, I think it's
how do you get experience like that though?
By live, you know, situations, different pictures, different situations,
shocking
moment. I mean يعني الحياة فيها سعادة وحزن ومختلفة بالإضافة للظروف الصعبة
sadness and happiness and stuff.
ظروف البلد يعني the country situation. Maybe
the situation of the countries and
maybe we have a war.
Okay.
يعني bad economic, no jobs, no things. All this it could be make the personality from the human being.
Okay.
الأولاد تربيتهم, the boys, if you want to raise the boys, it has a method. I call this method it's a 3 times 7. What does it mean? It's mean that 3 times 7. 3 times 7 by math is equal 21 years. 21. That means the first 7 years from the boy, we have to just play with them. Play. Like I have to be like a boy, like a baby. The first 7 years. And the second 7 years, I had to be, I can't say tough, but I have to show him how he should be, take the first step to be man. And the third 7, in this time, in this period, that's me, I have to be his friend. That's me, that's what I mean before when I said 3 times 7. This is a philosophy for Islam and our religion, by our religion, and by our tradition, because it's important. It's important to find a way to raise the kids. I believe that if we deal with this case, to use this way 3 times 7, I'm sure we'll get a good generation.
Okay.
In the future.
I agree with you. But I also have to say that this is, ideology of someone that has grown up in a certain time period. Okay? كلش واضح, it's very clear انت انولدت بغير like a different time period.
100%.
Very clear. Not because of your age or how you look, but by the things you say and how you carry yourself. For example, I feel like people would be upset to hear the concept of making a man or something, because nowadays, there's a thing called toxic masculinity. Do you know what that is?
No, explain that.
So what they've said, this is one of those subjects that I feel like I can just get flamed for, but go into it. Shigulun. Watch your words, because you're going to have to be careful, because people are going to see this. They say that الحاجات الرجال عنده, يعني التصرفات مالي يقول لا أنا ما أبكي لأنه أنا رجال. يقول أنا قوي أنا رجال أنا أقدر أسوي هيك حاجات. Anybody that uses the phrase because I'm a man is considered toxic masculinity. يعني من يقولون أنا رجال بهالسبب وأنا رجال وأنا رجال وأنا رجال, شي يقولون الناس هالأيام يقولون هاي التصرفات لازم we have to just get rid of it. لأنه شي يريدون الناس, يعني بصراحة نظري تعرف شنو رايدين من الناس, يريدون يخففوهم in my opinion.
يخففون يعني شنو قصدك؟
يعني مثل بالون deflated. فاهم؟
يعني هسه قصدك انت الرجل ما المفروض يبكي؟
هم هيك يحجوا.
يعني هذا رأيي.
هم يقولون like as a man you shouldn't cry. This is the concept of toxic masculinity. Anybody in America. Right. Anybody that believes in like I'm a man and I carry myself a certain way like this, there's a group of people out there, whether it's feminist, it's all sorts of people, they don't agree with the concept of masculinity. يعني ما يحبون الرجال يتصرف بهالطريقة. My question to you is, what do you think about that? Honestly.
الرجل لا يمكن أن يكون رجلا إلا أن يعبر عن عواطفه.
Oh shit! You went the other way. Okay.
إذا مو.
Explain that in English, please. Don't go fast.
Actually, if you want to believe you are a man, you have to cry. Because when you're crying, it's not like what you said, like a balloon or no. It's a human being, like so we are equals, same.
So what I said to him,
it doesn't matter what they think, the people. If anyone, any community has, they have a theory, it doesn't mean that it's this theory could be working in another community. It doesn't make sense. We are human beings. We have a heart. We have feeling. We have to use this. Do you know how many times I did that? A lot.
And crying.
Crying.
But okay. But we're not talking about just crying. Yeah.
Not crying without reason.
No.
Yeah, of course.
But any sort of crying, they considered, I'm not gonna cry because of a man is considered toxic masculinity. But it's not just crying, يعني أي شيء افتهمني إنه هاي يعني موضوع يمكن سخيف بعينك بس هنا أنا محبوب. يقولون يعني من رجال يشيل نفسه في الطريقة ويقول أنا رجال أنا ما أحتاج أبكي، أنا ما أحتاج أي واحد بحياتي، أنا أقدر أسوي كل شيء بحدي كليش لأنه أنا رجال. يعني هيك تصرفات. You see this in even me.
ما معنى رجولة? What does it mean to be man?
Okay.
Good questions.
What does it mean?
رجولة, it's mean not like just words. It's active. Your word, if if you keep your word, it's mean you are a man. If you want to be honest, that's the real man. If you want to share people them a problem to solve them problems, you are a man. The man doesn't work in a very small meaning. They said, I'm a man, I have a force. No, the animals, they have forces either. So how we can to prove, how can I prove I'm a man? By the points I said before. You have to be honest. You have to be
faithful.
All these things, and your word. And the most important thing in my life over here, the word. The word, it's mean a lot. The word, it's mean life. Actually, it's the real life. If we deal with the word like...
What do you mean the word?
The word. The word.
The world?
The word.
يعني كلمة.
الكلمة.
To keep someone's word? يعني
no. It's,
or just the word?
The word, it's mean culture. If you want to know anyone, checking his words, what he's saying.
Okay.
This is big problem, because our community, we need to understand the meaning. The meaning and the word, it's like I don't know what is mean in English. The force of the personality. قوة الشخصية يعني.
Okay. The power of the personality.
Personality. That's mean if you want to build a community, we have to take all two things: the word and the meaning. What I mean, the word and the meaning. Everybody, he can say anything he want, just words through in the air.
Okay.
But if you want to reach the idea, if you want to reach your goal, here you have to select your words to reach the meaning. And the meaning, it doesn't mean just explain your goal. I mean, the meaning it's mean for with me is honor. It's commitment, الشرف, الالتزام. All these things, we can build a right community. But if you want to run away,
a right community, by the way. Mm-hmm.
If we want to run away, to separate between the words and the meaning, we'll be lost a lot.
Well, I agree with you, but it's
a philosophy. I can say that more in Arabic. And by the way, I'm writing now a book.
Oh, this is his plug, guys. This is his plug.
It's very complicated to explain by English word, but I promise my kids, when I finish this book, I'll be finding someone to translate in English. It's deep meaning, has different methods to use to reach minds of people.
Okay. So احنا كنا نحكي عن
الكلمة ومعناها والمعنى، مو معنى الكلمة.
معنى الكلمة. Okay. So
the words.
I'm gonna try my best to decipher what he was saying, because it's a lot, and it might not seem much, but the essence of what he's saying is to make a better community, right? A stronger community. There's things that must be followed in a sense. Commitment, honesty, faithfulness, all those, honor, all those things need to be applied to someone. And he mentioned the power of personality. And that goes into a deeper world in itself. I think everyone should have a personality of their own. Okay, that's first off. And a powerful personality is a personality that has those things within it, that has honor, that has commitment, that has honesty and all. As a human, do you believe that you follow those things?
If I want to say that 100%,
Be honest, yeah.
I will lie, but I'm trying to build my life. Even in my age now, I'm trying to do the best I could.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody do mistakes.
Okay.
If I said I didn't do anything, that's mean it's I'm not a human being. I'm an angel. Actually, we are a human being. We
I like that.
we must be to do something wrong. Must be. But
Mistakes are imminent.
mistakes, it's coming. It's that's why we need the experience. That's why I'm trying to predict my kids do not do these mistakes in their life. Because when I saw these mistakes, it's coming. It's come actually. What I'm the results. What does mean the results of after this action? That's mean I have to looking of the result before to do the action. This is most important things on especially with the young people. They have to understand that
What scares you about the young people?
future, them future.
What scares you about it? انت
They
خايف
don't
عليها?
know.
Are you scared about it or no?
Of course,
You are.
yeah, of course. The future, it's nobody knows what's going on tomorrow.
Okay, بس انت خايف, but I understand that. Are you afraid of what the future has to bring?
Yeah,
يعني, do you think is it bad?
It's
Are you
tough.
scared for the future?
It's tough. Nobody knows, but like what I'm seeing now by what
Generation, my two
yeah, in your
generation.
generation, and I'm looking at some bad points. It's very hard. How can we deal that in the very close or near future? It's very tough. Now we have problems, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows what we have over here right now, not just in America, all the world,
Okay.
everywhere. We have problems. If we don't fix ourselves, we cannot fix the community. We have first of all to looking for ourselves, myself, my kids, my family. I mean, and we have to show the people by our methods, by our actions. I have to be honest with them in my job, in my words. If I want to say something, promising anything, it could be has connection with the life. I have to be straight with that. I think that because I'm too old.
No, you're not.
Actually, in 54, 53 years, it's in. Yes, I think it's too much. But that's mean we don't need to go forward the mistakes. We have to
Stop.
calm down. We have to
Definitely.
understand what's going on in the future. If we don't care about that, it's
I
terrible.
think-
It's terrible.
I agree with you to a certain extent. أنا بصراحة تفهمني بالإنجليزي.
Yeah, أفهم بس صعب علي. It's very hard.
I believe
My accent doesn't help.
I believe that the future has, well, my generation, for example, although we might have the new technology, I think as like humans, we just genuinely haven't developed much. I know a lot of people my age will say, yeah, we have culture, like, you know, we're definitely culturally different. We're more this and that. I genuinely don't think we have much difference between a kid that's 18 years old and a 50-year-old man, 54-year-old man. I see a lot more similarities than differences, in my opinion. I see a lot of, you know, similar mindsets is what's scaring me. We like our generation. Maybe like the big reason I say this is because although we have generations, you know, that grow up and change. Like, for example, the big difference between me and you is that you have more experience than me. You have more experience
That's
than me,
true.
making the clear fact that you are wiser and older than me. Okay? But at the same time, when you were 18, you were at the same level as me. And I am at the same level as you. I have not developed much more than an 18-year-old from, you know, you know, a couple years back. So if compare this 18-year-old to an 18-year-old at your time, there's not much difference in the way the brain works. Although there's, you know, technology, I'm sure that if you were in this, your brain would still work the same way. What I'm trying to say is, I genuinely don't think there has been much of a change. There hasn't. And I don't think in the future there will be much of a change with the people. I think the only change that's going to be happening is almost a devastating change from, you know, with everything that's happening around the world. Like you said, you notice, you see.
Yes.
It hasn't changed, and it's been going on for so long. You know how many 18-year-olds have come and by, and it's still going on. The same problems, the same issues that have been going on forever. You know, and it's things that we don't really realize. Although now we're starting to realize, like the small things, like what the government is doing. Like for example, government's hiding. People didn't know, but now it's like, oh my God, the government's hiding shit from us. We need to find out what this and this and this is it. And thanks to technology, you know, the word is being spread out. But you know, it's been going on for so long. Where is the change? The change is not here yet, and I don't think it's here in another 20 years. I think change is hard. I think change is one of those words. It's like love. You can't just use it so casually. There has to be a change in order for change to occur. And I'm not talking about any change. I feel like drastic change is it's a pure change. Because change, يعني واحد صعب يغير الحاجة.
فاهم.
It's very hard.
I'm very glad to hear that, but the change, it's not our choice.
Then whose is it?
The change is time go forward. When the time go forward, we have to prepare tools for that time. If we don't prepare the tools, it could be big mistakes. What does it mean in tools? Tools, it means skills to be ready for surprises, to be ready to solve the problems. Must be you have to see that. If we prepare these tools, whatever, anyone has different method in this life. أحاول أحكي بالعربي
يلا
حتى أفضل. المتغيرات أنا حسب رأيي نوعين، تغيرات خارجية وتغيرات داخلية.
Okay.
The change, it's two different kind. It's coming from outside the human being and the inside the human being. التغيرات الخارجية هي الظروف البلد، ظروف الدنيا كلها بالمجمل. هذه الظروف المتغيرات اللي هي تفرض أشياء على سلوكيات البشر. The big changes coming outside, it's hold the people from a specific method to deal with this time, this change. I mean, it's a big challenge. It's not easy. To solve this problem, we have to be ready to solve our inside. This change in ourselves, inside ourselves, that means could be fixed as we can from the big change coming up from outside. Like a war. How we can deal with that if we don't have good skills to be still alive? I don't mean go to fighting or no. I mean the civil الحياة المدنية. كيف إنه ممكن إنه نخلي هذا المتغير الخارجي إنه لا يدمر المجتمع، لا يدمر الإنسان، لا يدمر العائلة. لابد إنه إحنا نهيئ الأمور اللي من خلالها نقدر نرمم to fix ourselves and our community. نرمم المجتمع، نرمم ما ممكن إنه نستطيع قبل ما تكون هذا المتغيرات الخارجية تدمر كل شيء. أحشاء بالإنجليزي.
That was hard. That was hard.
Yeah, it's easy for me. I am saying simple words because his Arabic language is second language and my English language is second language.
بدي مرة يعني كم شنو أنت تقول إنه هاني بصراحة يعني اللي خسرتك يعني
اختصرتك.
لا يعني I got lost بالكلمات.
خسرتك. يعني التغيرات نوعين.
Okay.
خارجية.
Two changes. Outside and inside.
inside. يعني الاوتسايد اللي هي تجي ظروف السياسة، ظروف الحروب، قد تكون مشاكل اقتصادية، economic problem, war problem, relationships between countries by, you know, not just because the war between two countries. I mean any change, any development between the relationship between countries could be, we can find something wrong inside that countries.
Yeah.
Because this change.
Yeah.
والداخلي on the inside we have to prepare ourselves
As human.
as
كإنسان.
skills.
Okay.
I have to find a way to find the jobs to stay alive in this bad time. And the job, it doesn't it's very big mistake if you to try to find one kind of job. You have to be prepared different skills to get different jobs to stay alive, because this the big changes coming from the outside could be destroyed.
Develop them early too.
Yeah, to destroy the different parts in the life. So if you don't have extra skills to go from A to B,
you're lost.
you'll be done. That's it.
At the end of the day, I feel like life is competition. It's nothing more than that. At least that's what it's set out for us. It shouldn't be, I feel like, but it has become that, especially with money in the equation, you know, people in general, power, all those things. It's almost like it's imminent for us to be competitive amongst each other. So, thank you.
You're welcome. على الرحب والسعة.
على الرحب والسعة. See, I don't even know what that means, but it's fine. I'm here to learn with you, just as much as you're here to learn with me. شكرا جزيلا حبيبي.
No problem
and
at all.
One thing, this is a first, fellas and ladies. His beard, he's finally growing it out. In the comments, tell me and my mother, should he keep the beard or should he take it off? All right, thank you.
Thank you.